Okay, so you want free shipping. You find something online for $30, click checkout, and suddenly the website tells you, good news, shipping is free. And you probably don't think much about it. You just place the order. But here's the strange part. Shipping isn't free. Someone still has to pick your product from a warehouse, put it in a box, label it, move it through a transportation network, and deliver it to your front door. So if you aren't paying for shipping, who is? And that's where the economics gets interesting. Because free shipping isn't really a shipping strategy. It's a pricing strategy designed to remove one of the biggest psychological barriers in online shopping. And sometimes, the company isn't trying to save you money at all. It's trying to make you spend more. By the end of this video, you'll understand how free shipping actually works, what a typical online order has to pay for before it reaches your door, why retailers offer free shipping thresholds, like free shipping over $50, how companies like Amazon built shipping into their business model, and why an order can be profitable before shipping, but unprofitable after it. Let's start with something incredibly simple. Imagine you're buying a $30 product. The product itself costs the retailer $15. Packaging and fulfillment add another few dollars. Then shipping might add several more dollars depending on the package's size, weight, distance, carrier, and service level. The exact number can vary enormously, so there isn't one universal cost of shipping an online order. A lightweight package going a short distance is completely different from a heavy package traveling across the country. But let's use a simple hypothetical example. Suppose the retailer sells the product for $30. The product costs $15. Pick and pack and packaging cost $3. Payment and other transaction costs add $1. And the retailer's negotiated shipping cost is $6. Now the company has spent $25 to generate $30 of revenue. That leaves $5 before advertising, customer service, software, warehouse overhead, corporate expenses, taxes, and other costs. So the company might have a viable business. But now imagine the customer had to pay another $6 for shipping. The checkout price becomes $36. And this is where psychology enters the picture. Most customers don't think about shipping the same way they think about the product. If a shirt costs $30, you understand what you're buying, a shirt. But if the shirt costs $30 and shipping costs $6, the extra $6 doesn't give you another shirt. It simply gets the first shirt to you. That can make the purchase feel more expensive. And this is one reason retailers began using free shipping as a competitive weapon. Instead of showing $30 product plus $6 shipping, they can show $36 product with free shipping. The economics may be similar, but the customer's perception can be completely different. And once customers become accustomed to free shipping, something even more powerful happens. They start expecting it. This is where companies have to make a difficult decision. Do they charge the customer directly? Do they absorb the shipping cost? Do they increase the product price? Do they require a minimum order? Or do they bundle shipping into a membership program? There isn't one answer. Different businesses use different combinations. And one of the most common strategies is the free shipping threshold. You've probably seen it. Free shipping on orders over $50. And let's say your cart is currently $38. You don't really need anything else. But then you notice you're only $12 away from free shipping. So you start browsing. Maybe you add a $15 item. Your order is now $53. The retailer just gave up the shipping fee, but the customer also spent $15 more than they originally planned. And this is the economics behind the threshold. The company isn't necessarily trying to eliminate shipping costs. It's trying to increase the average order value enough that absorbing shipping becomes worthwhile. Let's use our hypothetical numbers again. Suppose the retailer's original $38 order would have generated a certain amount of contribution after product and fulfillment costs. Now the customer adds another $15 product. If that additional product has a healthy gross margin and can fit into the same shipment, the retailer may gain substantially more revenue without adding an equivalent amount of shipping cost. That's an important distinction. The shipping cost does not necessarily double just because the customer adds another small item to the same box. The package still needs one label. It still travels through the delivery network. The retailer still needs to pick and pack the additional item, but the incremental cost can be much smaller than the incremental revenue. This is one reason e-commerce companies care so much about getting customers to buy multiple items per order. They're not simply building warehouses. They're trying to reduce the time, distance, and cost between inventory and customers. And that's where companies like Amazon changed consumer expectations. Amazon's Prime model is a good example. Prime doesn't mean shipping literally costs nothing. The customer pays for a membership, and shipping benefits are part of the overall value proposition alongside other services. From the customer's perspective, however, an individual eligible order can feel like it has no additional shipping charge. That changes purchasing behavior. If you're already paying for a membership, you don't have to ask yourself whether a $12 item is worth paying an additional shipping fee to receive. The shipping decision becomes almost invisible, and that can make smaller purchases feel more attractive. This is a crucial part of the economics. Free shipping isn't just about the individual order. It's about customer lifetime value. Imagine a company spends money to acquire a new customer. Maybe it uses advertising. Maybe it offers a discount. Maybe it pays an influencer. The company could lose money on the first transaction and still be comfortable if that customer comes back repeatedly. A customer who spends $40 once isn't necessarily as valuable as a customer who spends $40 10 times. So the retailer may be willing to absorb some shipping cost if free shipping increases the probability of repeat purchases. But this strategy has limits, because if every order loses money, repeat purchases don't save you. They simply multiply the losses. That's why contribution margin matters. Imagine a retailer sells a product for $40. After the cost of the product, fulfillment, packaging, payment processing, and shipping, perhaps only $4 remains. That $4 still has to help pay for marketing, employees, technology, rent, management, taxes, returns, and everything else. Now imagine the customer returns the product. The economics can become much worse. The company may have to process the return. Someone has to inspect the item. It may need to be repackaged. Inventory has to be updated. And depending on the company's policy, return shipping may also create another cost. So a product that looked profitable when the customer clicked buy might produce little profit or even a loss after the entire order lifecycle is finished. This is why e-commerce companies obsess over returns. And it's also why free returns can be a powerful marketing tool, but a complicated economic decision. The customer sees convenience. The company sees another potential transportation and processing expense. Now, consider the product itself. Shipping a pair of socks is one thing. Shipping a large box of pet food is another. Shipping furniture is another. The size and weight of the package can dramatically change the economics. This is why companies care about packaging design. A smaller box can take up less space during transportation. A lighter package can cost less to move. Efficient packaging can reduce damage, and reducing damage means fewer replacements and returns. So something as boring as the shape of a cardboard box can actually affect profit. And then there is speed. Consumers used to tolerate long delivery windows for online purchases, but expectations changed. Today, fast delivery is part of the competitive experience for many online shoppers. The problem is that speed isn't free. To deliver quickly, a company often needs inventory closer to customers. That means more fulfillment infrastructure, more inventory locations, more operational complexity, and potentially higher costs. So, e-commerce companies are constantly balancing three competing goals: cheap, fast, and profitable. Customers want all three. Businesses have to figure out how to provide as much of all three as possible without destroying their margins. And that's why free shipping is much more complicated than those two words suggest. The shipping cost might be partially absorbed by the retailer. It might be incorporated into the product's price. It might be offset by higher average order values. It might be supported by membership revenue. It might be reduced through carrier discounts and fulfillment efficiency. Or it might be some combination of all of them. The customer sees $0 shipping. The company sees a spreadsheet. And perhaps that's the most important lesson. Free shipping doesn't mean shipping has no cost. It means the cost has been moved somewhere else in the business model. Sometimes it's hidden inside the product price. Sometimes it's paid through a membership. Sometimes you spend more to reach the free shipping threshold. Sometimes the retailer accepts a lower margin because it believes you'll come back. And sometimes the company has simply become efficient enough at fulfillment and transportation to absorb the cost. So the next time you click Buy Now and see those two magical words, free shipping, remember what's actually happening. A warehouse worker still picked your order. A box still had to be produced. Someone still packed it. A carrier still moved it. A truck or aircraft still transported it. And somebody still paid for the entire journey. You just didn't see the charge. Because the real economics of free shipping isn't about making shipping disappear. It's about making the customer feel like buying more costs less. And when a company gets that equation right, the shipping bill stops being just a cost. It becomes a tool for increasing orders, raising basket sizes, building loyalty, and turning a one-time shopper into a repeat customer. That's why free shipping isn't really free. It's a carefully engineered part of the price you pay, even when the checkout screen says $0.